Hi Capricorn, and welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So sorry that these readings are extraordinarily late. It's just that I have been exceptionally busy all month long, and I've had a lot of stuff going on. So now is the time that I'm able to fit in doing these readings, the rest of them. So Capricorn, we're going to channel in for you and find out what's happening for you in the month of October. Usually the readings, when I do them, I think that these energies start 2 weeks before and they carry on 2 weeks afterwards. Can be longer. I remember having tarot readings last year that took a year to come to fruition, and they did, trust me. So don't worry if things don't happen this month, because they will happen at some point, okay? These are the energies though, the intense energies for the month. So I'm just going to channel in Universe, Spirit, Angels, guys, please show me what is coming in for those born under the zodiac sign of Capricorn, that's Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Show me what's coming in for Capricorn, October 2015, October 2015, Capricorn, October 2015. Capricorn, October 2015, Capricorn, October 2015. What is coming in for Capricorn, October 2015? Show me what's coming in for October 2015 for Capricorn. Show me what's coming in for Capricorn, October 2015. Show me what's coming in for Capricorn, October 2015. Capricorn 2015. Show me. Okay, so I've meditated on the cards. Let me just move a couple of things out of the way, actually. I've got a massive keyboard on my desk. I'm going to go into town today and get a new one, smaller one, that should be better for the desk and the reading. So I'm going to split the cards into three, and then I'm going to gather them back up. I'm going to put two at the top of the reading, one to serve as your overall theme or advice for the month, and 8 in the middle to serve as the events, situations coming up potentially, or some of you guys might have already experienced this. You'll really just need to take the advice from it. So let's have a look. This is the most exciting part for me because I don't even know what's come up. This Ten of Swords keeps coming up in so many readings for the zodiac sign this month. Okay. So Capricorn, you're an earth sign. I only see one earth card in here, and that's the Three of Pentacles. The general theme for the month is the Queen of Wands. This could be a person in your life at the moment. It could be the Queen of Wands for me signifies confidence. It signifies someone who can potentially be quite reliable. It signifies, whenever I look at the Queen of Wands, she reminds me of someone who is quite a capable character. Okay, she is she's not always the nicest of people. She's quite a busy person, but she's also quite a fair weather friend. I feel that this month it's telling you that you need to be confident in a decision that you're going to make, Capricorn, because at the top of the reading we have two cards here. The Nine of Pentacles. This is actually you. Sorry if there's a glare on the cards. It's just that I can't get my blinds down any further. The Nine of Pentacles, and we've also got the Two of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles is a card about working towards abundance, and it's the lady on the card is dressed very fine. and she's able to kind of enjoy all of the she's able to enjoy all of the benefits of life because she has worked for it. I notice on the card that she's in a beautiful setting. She's got a beautiful home, obviously. She's in a beautiful garden. You know, she's got her hand on a pentacle. It's almost like she's saying, I created this, and now I'm kind of living the dream. I'm living the life. The Two of Swords, I feel, puts you in control, though, of that as well. Because whenever I see the Two of Swords, sometimes it can be a card of having to make a decision on something and not wanting to make a decision. Okay? So, it's funny how we have freedom, but then we have entrapment. Okay? So it's almost like you need to make a decision between whether you value your freedom or whether you value, or whether, you know, you're going to let something kind of hold you back. That's what I'm seeing in the two cards, and that's why I feel that we've got the Queen of Wands here, that you need to have confidence in your decisions. And I see also in the 8 cards that have come up for you, Capricorn, we have the Three of Pentacles here. This Three of Pentacles can sometimes be a card about teamwork. It can also be a card about a love triangle, but mainly it's a card about the initial completion of a goal, or something that has reached a certain point. And it's funny because we have the Ten of Wands directly after that, but somebody is turning their back on the Three of Pentacles, or they're turning their back on something that involves 3 people potentially. But it's a struggle because they're walking towards the Tower. So they're walking towards self-realization. In this card. The Tower is often a card about the crumbling down of a foundation. Something that you thought was rock steady, something that you thought was a sure bet. It's not. It's not built on any type of solid foundations. And it's funny how we have the Three of Pentacles here, because the Three of Pentacles is about a solid foundation. It's about building a foundation. But I feel it's really funny how these cards come together, because as a tarot reader, suddenly you look at the cards and you kind of think, what does all of this mean? And then it kind of clicks with you a little bit, you know, in pertaining to what these readings could mean. The Three of Pentacles is the building of a foundation. In this card, 2 people are showing plans to a skilled workman. So they've come so far that they've now built some plans. It's like an architect type thing. So, as I say, this is a card about working together. Okay, discussion, planning. So we see here that in the Three of Pentacles, these people feel that something is a sure bet. Okay, they've got the plans together and they're kind of musing over what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, and they're getting somebody in who they feel would just be right for the job. So they're asking questions. But it seems that they, whatever it is that they thought was solid, or whatever it is that they thought would be a sure bet, is not. Because the Ten of Wands is where they turn their back on what potentially could have been a sure bet, and they're walking towards something that has made them realise that it's not a sure bet. So in the Three of Pentacles, we see the building of something. But we also see someone turning their back on this building of something. It's funny, underneath the Three of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands. So 3 moves up to the 4. Okay. This is solid. This is stability. But, so we have the building of something, that is a sure bet, and the completion in the Four of Wands. But then we have the Ten of Wands here, where somebody turns their back on what they thought was a sure bet. And they walk towards it's a struggle. They're finding it a struggle. They're finding the Three of Pentacles, not so much the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is the initial completion. The Four of Wands to me signifies the completion of something. So a plan has been confirmed. A building has been erected in the Four of Wands. But it looks like it might be a struggle to maintain, because we have the King of Cups here, who, whilst his outer appearance is one of feeling rock steady, he's sitting on shaky waters. This is what the King of Pentacles is doing. He's sitting on shaky waters. So he's trying to keep his head above water. If you look here, I'm sorry about the glare, guys. Look at that. This guy is sitting on water. He's sitting on a throne. But behind him, the waves are going up and down. So this guy is putting on a front. He's not my most favourite of kings, to be honest with you, the King of Cups, because my most favourite king is the King of Pentacles. That's the guy that everybody would like to be with, every woman would like to be with, or man would like to be with, because the King of Pentacles is rock steady. You know that you've got a really reliable individual. But he's not a happy guy. So something I feel in October that reached completion, there is a self-realisation that this wasn't right. That this wasn't the way that it should have gone. Because it's a struggle trying to maintain something here. And we see this. I'm going to go over these 4 cards again, because this reading is very interesting to me, Capricorn. Let's have a look again. We'll discuss the other cards, the Queen of Wands and these 2 top cards in a bit. Okay? It could be that for some of you guys, you need to make a decision between 2 different things. The dream and the reality. Because the Pentacles are about reality and the Wands are about visions. And I see that the 2 of Swords sits next to the 9 of Pentacles, but the cross is like this. They're crossing their hands like this. 2 swords, 1 sword pointing to the Queen of Wands, 1 sword pointing to the Lady on the 9 of Pentacles. So it could be a love situation for some of you guys. Maybe there are 2 women involved and 1 man. Maybe what the King of Cups thought was a sure bet isn't a sure bet. But in general, let's have a look at these 4 cards again, okay? No, 5 cards, and then we're going to come to the other ones. Three of Pentacles, initial completion of a goal, okay? So the planning stages. The talks have been had, the discussions have been done. Now it's ready to take some action on this, because Pentacles are action. Pentacles are in the real world. Okay. Underneath we have the 4 of Wands. It's the progression part. So we progress from the 3 to the 4. From the 3 of initial completion to completion. But the King of Cups is worried about this completion. This is why he sits on rocky water. He's probably had a drink or 2 maybe. But he's trying to keep himself balanced, because he's worried about something that doesn't feel right to him. And it doesn't. Or else why do we have the 10 of Wands and the Tower card afterwards? Both cards to me signal nothing good. He sits on rocky water here. He's a very strong component in this reading. The King of Wands, the 10 of Wands, sorry, the King of Cups and the 10 of Wands is directly above the King of Cups. This is the same man, the same person, the struggle. So he's struggling to maintain something. He's struggling to maintain what has been solidified in the 4 of Wands. Okay? He's bitten off more than he can chew. Let's put it that way. It's a heavy burden for him to maintain something within this Four of Wands. He walks towards self-realisation. Whatever it is that he's built in the Four of Wands, whatever it is that has come to completion in the Four of Wands, whatever it is that he felt happy about in the Four of Wands, now crumbles in the Tower. Self-realisation. Whatever he thought was a sure bet within the Four of Wands is not a sure bet within the Tower. It's funny how we have the Eight of Wands after. This is usually a card about, in the textbook, this is usually a card about news coming in. Okay? But I often look at how the cards are positioned, and I see that the Eight of Wands, I'll show you, is attacking the Tower. So it's almost like conscience. Really, these should be swords, because the swords are all about the brain and how we think. But these can be visions, these can be thoughts as well, the ones. And that's what I've found in readings. Not only is he dealing with self-realisation in the Tower, but it would seem that he's dealing with his own conscience in the Eight of Wands. They're attacking the Tower. Not only is the foundation exploding, but he's also got other attacks coming in. From the Eight of Wands. The final two cards, Capricorn, are the World and the Ten of Swords. What more can I say? It's over. Whatever it is that was built, whatever it is that was that you thought was a good bet, it's over. The World card is the end of the journey. The Ten of Swords is the lesson learned. The World card is like the Death card in a way, because the World card is the last card. It's a lighter card, but these cards really do kind of intermingle and they interlink in their meanings. The World card is the end of a journey. It's the completion of a goal. Okay? It is something coming full circle, because as you probably know or don't know, you have around 21 cards in the Major Arcana, starting from the full card 0 up to, I think it's 21, 22 cards in the Major Arcana, up to the 21 card, which is the World card. The Fool goes on a journey, and he learns all sorts of lessons, and he comes to the world, where he absorbs everything through the different cards in the Major Arcana. So the World card is an ending and a beginning. And with that Ten of Swords on the end there, it looks like it's a lesson learnt with the World card. So I feel that this month, Capricorn, what this card is, what this reading is saying is that you need to revise any decisions that you make that you feel are a sure bet. If you have an inkling that something is not the right thing to do, then I would say revise it and think about it. I'm looking at these cards again. Sorry I paused there because I was looking at these cards again. And I was thinking to myself, Three of Pentacles can often be about a meeting. Maybe there has been a meeting for some of you guys in October. It could be a drink, it could be a date. Because we have the Four of Wands underneath. Two people coming together in a meeting. The King of Cups is struggling with the meeting. The Ten of Wands is the struggle. Leads to the Tower. And the Eight of Wands striking the Tower. So it's almost like a thought strikes for some of you guys. It's almost like an epiphany. I see the Tower and the Eight of Wands as being an epiphany. The Tower card for me is often an epiphany because it's a realisation of something, it's a light bulb moment. And the Eight of Wands often strike because they fly very quickly through the air. So being struck by self-realisation. That something that you thought was rock solid is not rock solid. And therefore it is over. And maybe that's why we have, this is the funny bit, this is why we have at the top of the reading the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands as the general energy. Because the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, one sword points to the nine and one sword points to the wand. The wands are our thoughts, there are visions, there are ideals. But the pentacles are based in realism. So it's like, for some of you guys, you're going to need to make a decision between what is real and what is not. What is practical and what is simply a vision. This is where we get the Queen of Wands. It doesn't. This could have been any card for me, but the Queen of Wands signifies in a way our highest female ideals, because she does everything. She's beautiful, she's funny, she's this, she's that, she's the other. But for some reason there is a juxtaposition here. There is a decision to be made, Capricorn, between what your vision tells you and what your reality tells you. Okay, so there is a decision. I feel that this is a decision month. Okay, I've got to be honest, I do feel that something that you guys have built your hopes and dreams on is there'll be an epiphany about that, and there will be an ending coming in, because we do have the World card and the Swords card. Okay, and it's a shame because we have the Ten of Wands, which is the struggle card. Okay, so for some of you guys, you might be struggling to accept the realisation of something, to maybe even accept the ending of something. But I do see a lot of struggle here, because the King of Cups, do not believe that the King of Cups is all about love and hearts and flowers, because it's not. This character is a very layered, complex character, and he hides a lot. And he'll stay in for the long haul, even if he knows something isn't right for him. And we know that whatever this situation is with the King of Cups, I mean, this could be somebody in your lives. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian guy. Okay, who probably conceals his emotion. Maybe he's concealing his emotion. He's trying to hide from the truth of something. So maybe with the Ten of Wands above the King of Cups, the King of Cups is trying to hide from the truth of something. But the truth is staring him in the face with the Tower card and the Eight of Wands. It is a light bulb moment. He's being struck by the Tower. The Eight of Wands are striking the Tower. The Tower is already being hit because it's exploding like a volcano. So he's being struck. Whatever he built his foundations on within the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, he's now struggling with. A moment of self-realisation where he says to himself, with the World card and the Ten of Swords, this is over. This isn't for me. This isn't working out. And I feel intrinsic is the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. The decision to make between what is practical and what is a dream. Because the Wands are about our dreams and our visions. It could even be that with the Eight of Wands, that messages are coming in that actually reinforce the destruction of the Tower. So something that you built your hopes and dreams on, with the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, now there is a struggle with it, because there is information that comes in that hits that foundation. Does that make sense to you guys? The Eight of Wands are the messages that strike that foundation, the Four of Wands. Therefore we have the Tower card here. It comes crumbling. With the World card, it's the end of that journey. And with the Ten of Swords, it is the final lesson learned. So I would say for this month, guys, you know, keep your wits about you. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. Okay? Do not be afraid to turn something down, even if it seems amazing. If you have an inkling that maybe this thing isn't right for you, don't take it, don't do it. Because this is what this reading is saying to me. I'm sorry it's a bit long-winded. I do tell stories, but I have to do that in the readings because this is what gives me my, you know, my knowledge. This is what makes me, be able to kind of join the cards up. I can't stop looking at the reading because it's very interesting, Capricorn. Messages hitting the Tower. So we know he's struggling towards self-realisation. We know you're going to be struggling towards self-realisation, but the self-realisation will be reinforced by messages from the Eight of Wands. And then you'll know that the journey is complete and it was a lesson learned. It was an experience. But it's time to start over again. That's what I see coming in for you, Capricorn, in the month of October. Remember, these energies can start before, 2 weeks before, and into November. Okay? But the key card here is the Ten of Wands for me. Why is there a struggle? Why is there concealment? Why are you hiding from the truth? But in the end, the truth is admitted for you. You admit it to yourself because we have the World card and the Ten of Swords. Both cards are about endings. So you need to choose, I feel, for October what is practical and what is... The Queen of Wands is often a high... I would call her a very kind of high maintenance individual, to be honest. Out of all of the queens, she's high maintenance. So you have to choose between what is easiest and what is not easiest. Okay? That's the way that I see this reading. Is it easy to keep maintaining something that you're not quite sure of? Or is it easy to go with more practical route? I feel that if you bank on something that you're going to find difficult to maintain in the month of October, then you will come a cropper. Because we see it in the Tower card and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So I would say that just be practical, be realistic in the month of October. Okay. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. If you're not quite sure about what it is that you're trying to build or what it is that you're trying to kind of keep together, then just let it go. But don't struggle towards, you know, trying to maintain something that isn't right for you. Alright, that's your reading for the month of October, Capricorn. I'd like to say thank you very, very much for joining me and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.